What's up, everybody? Trev Smith here on YouTube, and I'd like to welcome you first to the new studio. This is my new recording studio to make videos and do audio things in, so I'm really excited to be using this, and I'm glad you're watching the first video in here. In this video, we're going to talk about medical kits. Now, in the past, I have used kind of the pre-made, the kind of, you buy these already ready to go medical kits, and they've worked, I guess. Granted, I've never used either one of these that I've had for years and years and years. I've taken on many adventures. But I decided to make my own because sometimes these have things that I don't need, or I want a little bit extra that these kits don't have, and maybe just want to make my own just because it's kind of a fun thing to do. So that's what I've done. I put together my own little medical kit here, and we're going to go over this in this video. In the past, these are the kits I've carried. Here's a cruiser medical kit. I carried this on my sailboats. I had a 29-foot sailboat and a 17-foot sailboat. I don't remember using anything out of it. Maybe a little bit of motion sickness pills for some guests who were aboard. And then here is a adventure medical kit. Great little pre-made medical kit you can get on Amazon. And this is my second one, actually. I lost another one, fell out of the back of my truck in a cooler. That's a long story. Actually, it's not, but it's just a sad story because I lost a lot of good gear that day. But I've never opened this one or the other one, and I've had these since I've been backpacking and kayaking, so many years, and I never have used anything out of it. Go figure. But the day you do need it is going to be an important day, and you're going to be thankful that you have this stuff. Okay? So, here is my new kit that I put together. Alright, now this kit is intended for individuals and me personally. I think every kit needs to be tailored to the individual's needs, the individual's skills, and whatever type of adventure you're going to be going on. There's a lot of different variables that will determine what you carry in here. If you have some skills, or if you have some ingenuity skills and things like that, you can really get away with carrying less. But if you're sometimes you may need to carry more because you may not have those skills, or sometimes you may need to carry more because having extra things makes you more confident and makes you feel more safe, which will just better your adventure experience in general. I do want to go ahead and say that I am a professional firefighter, and I'm a certified EMT, so I do have a little bit more knowledge than your average person. Granted, I don't consider myself an expert or just, this awesome first aid person, but I probably have been in a few more situations than your typical person. So what I carry in my kit is going to kind of reflect that. Basically, I don't want you to carry anything that you don't know how to use, okay? But it's, it's pretty easy. You can research things these days. You can get a good idea. You can take a wilderness first aid class or a general first aid class. You can really learn a lot. I encourage you to do that. For any of you interested, there is a link in the YouTube description below where you can find nearly all the contents in here over at kit.com/TripSmith. It's just a great place where I can compile all my different gear links on Amazon, off Amazon, just everywhere. Let's go ahead and dive in. So first, let's start with the actual bag. Now what this is just a mesh kind of stuff sack from Equinox. I really love their stuff, really high quality bags, and of course it's red to kind of signify that this is the medical kit. So if I tell someone, hey, go grab the red mesh bag out of my backpack or out of my kayak, then they'll certainly know what to grab. The other contents I have in one kind of quart size freezer Ziploc bag, and then inside I have other individual bags. Now granted, this isn't the most durable thing you can have, but it is lightweight, and I am going to be carrying it in this mesh bag, so this is going to provide protection. Then here's my waterproof protection, and I may switch this out every year or so. I don't know, however long this lasts. I think it'll last a pretty good while in here, and granted, I don't go on a trip every weekend. Here you can see I've kind of divided everything up into their own little individual bags if they're kind of smaller items. This is for a few different reasons. One, to help me stay organized if there's an emergency situation and I'm not thinking clearly. Everything I need, all like things will be in the same bag. In this little Ziploc bag, I just have a small pair of surgical gloves. You always need these if you're working with an open wound or something, just to keep things clean. In this little small bag, little Ziploc, this is where I'm going to keep my kind of bandages and Band-Aids, and medications. Right here I have a couple pieces of moleskin. I have a hand sanitizer wipe, one little packet of triple antibiotic ointment, 2 alcohol prep pads, a knuckle bandage or Band-Aid. Here's a small little towelette with soap on it. Here are two little butterfly bandages. Never know when you need to try to help close up a wound. And for a more serious open wound, I have a set of Steri-Strips. Now these are very, very, very cool. You guys need to Google these and look up a video and watch how Steri-Strips work. If you have like a large gash or laceration in your skin, you can actually use these as kind of like tape, and it'll kind of pull the skin together. And it's almost like kind of temporary stitches. Very, very cool stuff. Then I just have two just regular run-of-the-mill Band-Aids. Now for medications, I don't carry much medications at all. I just don't really see a great need for it. There's a lot of people who carry a lot of different stuff and quite a bit of each thing. So here I just have 2 packets of aspirin. Now these will be very handy. Let's say someone is having some chest pains, possibly a heart attack. This aspirin could come in very handy. And then here I just have some Diphenhydramine. This is basically just a Benadryl or something if you are having some sort of allergic reaction. I just have 2 packets of that. That's all the medications that I carry. But of course you want to carry whatever personal medications you would need as well. Well, here we just have a small pair of tweezers. This actually came out of the Adventure Medical kit. Next up, I have some cling. This is just a kind of stretchy, kind of gauze type wrap. If you have, a cut or something on your arm or anywhere really on your head, you can just use this, place a bandage, something like I have here, a 4x4 dressing, place it on here, wrap it with this little cling right there. There's different names for it. Here I have a little 1/2-inch roll of tape. This will be good to hold your cling closed or to hold anything else closed. You really need a little bit of tape. It'd be very handy at times. All right, now here is kind of a all-around dressing. This is a Muslim bandage. Basically, it's a military issue. Basically, you can use it for lots of different things. Here you can see you can use it as a front bandage, back bandage, a tourniquet, a knee brace type compression bandage, head and eye bandage, and also a sling. So instead of me carrying something or like an ace bandage and a tourniquet, I can just carry this, and this does quite a few different things. I also have 2 safety pins that I can carry to use in conjunction with this sling or with this bandage to help, just kind of hold things closed. And also these can be used to hold gear and clothing together if you ever need that. Here are 2 small bandages, just a little 2x2 gauze sponges, just for small little cuts and stuff. So, I would, if I were to get a cut, I would, depending on the severity of it, I would put one of these or all of these, if I needed to, on it, wrap it up with the cling maybe, and then if it was still bleeding, I would wrap it up with this bandage, and I would rock and roll and get out of there. Lastly, here's a piece of Vaseline Gauze. This can be used as a lot of different things. If you have a wound and you don't want your gauze or things to stick to it, you can use this to put it down first over the wound, and then you can wrap it with everything else just so you don't have it sticking there, because when you pull it off, if you have a need to change the dressing or something, you don't want to pull it off and you start bleeding all over again, and all the clotting has stopped that you've kind of started. This also could double as a fire starter because it's basically like a Vaseline cotton ball. Pretty darn useful, super lightweight, and very, very small. I know this is a pretty basic kit. There's not a lot in it, but in the past I haven't needed a whole lot, and if there are things that I do need that I don't have in here, like a tourniquet or ace bandages, I can still get by. I can improvise the things that I have with me. Like if I need a splint, I can use sticks or my trekking poles. Actually, probably not my trekking poles, because if I'm injured, I'm probably going to need those as kind of like crutches if I'm trying to get out. So something like sticks you could use for splints, and then wrap them up with an ace bandage. Oh wait, I don't have an ace bandage, so I can wrap them up with some clothes or the cling or tape or various different things, or rope cordage that I always carry with me, like some Zingit, which is a very lightweight, great tying line that I just always try to carry some with me. Whenever you're putting your kit together, you need to consider some things. Alright, what are your skills? What are your needs going to be? What are your threats? Where you're going to be going? What are the potential hazards? What could you potentially need? That may be what you need to put in your kit. I want to leave you guys with a couple little tips. First off, if you do have a situation where it's an emergency and you're having to dig in here and use a lot of stuff, it will be smart to kind of keep your trash, just keep it back in this bag, put your trash back in the bag, so whenever you are done and you need to resupply your medical kit, you can just look at the trash and say, okay, I use this and this and this. That's kind of what we do at the fire department. Sometimes we look at our trash and say, okay, this is what I was used on scene, so that's what I need to restock, so I'll be ready for the next emergency. And also another is, if you're not really confident in your first aid skills, there's a lot of little bitty first aid basic booklets and little printouts that you can find. I'll link to a few below in the YouTube description, so you guys can maybe, if you feel like you can print those out and just stuff a couple pieces of paper in one of these Ziploc bags, and you'll be, more prepared. That'll really kind of give you more confidence if you do get in an emergency situation, or if you come across someone else who's in an emergency situation, you're not really sure what to do, you have your little reference guide to go by. So good little tip there. I encourage you guys to do that. If you guys would like to, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. There's going to be a lot more good videos going on in here and out there that are just going to be awesome and so much fun here in the upcoming future. I've got some great ideas. I'm so ready to do it. I would also like to thank everyone over at Patreon for signing up and joining on to the dollar campaign. Just thank you so much. You guys are helping the channel grow and things, and just, $1, that's all I ask for, $1 a month. $12 a year, that is not much at all, and just helps to grow the channel and things like that. So thank you all for doing that, and I hope you guys are enjoying all the rewards, all the cool little stuff that we got going on over there at Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, or if you're not sure what all the cool stuff is I'm talking about, like the inside information and all the little chats and talks and, I don't know, discussions and questions that we have over there, where the patrons help me come up with ideas and help me plan the future of the channel, go check it out, Patreon. Got a link below to that too. Folks, I really appreciate y'all watching. Take care, God bless, and get out there. I hope you guys like the new logo and the new studio. So now there's going to be more videos coming more consistently and more often, and it's just going to be so great for the whole channel, for you guys, where hopefully I can inspire you all to get out there more often. Alright, so if you're not subscribed already, you better go ahead and subscribe. And also, click that thumbs up button, give me a thumbs up, give us a like, and we'll make it happen, alright? See y'all in the next video. Take care. God bless.